Usually, draft-eligible players in the SHL barely get any playtime. They don't score a lot either. But Leo Carlsson is different. Not only has he earned a top role on his team as a 17-year-old, but he's one of the team's top scorers too. It's early in the season, but he already looks like one of the top prospects in this draft. In this video, we're going to review one of his games to better understand his strengths, his weaknesses, and his projection to the NHL. Carlsson shows a lot of nice details in this first shift. The puck gets dropped to him in the neutral zone, he accelerates to pick it up, and then extends it away from his body to try and slip by the defender. He misses, but this is a good board battle. Carlsson shields the puck before making a play, which is the right approach. We see another example here. He takes away the stick and cuts inside the defender's hands to seal the puck away from him. The play goes the other way, and then turns into a breakout. Carlsson plans that breakout pretty well. He moves down, drags the defender with him, creates space in the middle for his teammate, and then bumps the puck to that teammate. We get a first look at Carlsson's stride and defensive game in this shift. The opposition attacks, and Carlsson takes a really good angle to pressure the puck carrier, and he stays right on his coverage in the defensive zone. There's a slow breakout after. We can see that Carlsson has some mechanical issues in his stride. He skates in a higher stance than most, and that stance probably limits his agility to an extent. There's another breakout, and once again, Carlsson manages it well. He makes a really nice pass, between his legs to his teammate attacking inside space behind him. In this shift on the power play, Carlsson draws another penalty with his handling and puck protection skills. With a quick touch of his backhand, he catches the puck in movement, moves it to his forehand, and places his back to the opponent. The opponent can't reach the puck anymore, so he slashes him, and it's now a 5-on-3. Carlsson initiates a few good passing plays on the power play. You can see him scan for the position of his teammates before he gets the puck. He does it not just once, but many times. He maps out the position of teammates and defenders, their movements, and which lanes are open and closed. Because he's so aware, he manages to pass the puck quickly and precisely, ahead of teammates, in a position that makes it easy for them to make the next play. Carlsson's vision and the pace of his passing plays are very projectable to the NHL. The next step for him is to become even more deceptive. This pass worked because of its pace. It crossed the defensive triangle before the defense could react. But this next pass wasn't deceptive enough. The defender read it quite easily. This is the end of a long defensive shift. Nothing really interesting happened before this point, but I want to highlight this retrieval. It's a good example of how Carlsson's skating could limit him in the NHL. He barely has any ankle flexion when entering this potential battle, which makes it harder for him to absorb a potential contact, to execute a skate fake, or to quickly grab the puck and turn away from the opponent. Of course, Carlsson will become stronger. He will be able to play a more physical game, but the lack of small area agility could still remain a weakness. Carlsson grabs the puck in the corner in this shift. He tries to take it inside but loses it in the process. That's a technical mistake that doesn't really matter. We get another look at his stride here. It's still upright and not all that graceful. But then he gets the puck again, and he makes it pretty clear that he still has potential as a rush creator. He uses crossovers to pick up speed, attacks inside to freeze defenders, and then goes around them.
Alternativ och hittar Linus Öberg som gör 2-0.
This is a play that Carlsson created entirely. Because he challenged defenders by first going inside instead of just going around them, he grabbed their attention and allowed his teammate to sneak behind them. Here we see another good rush by Carlsson. He drops behind a teammate, which allows him to pick up speed. He looks toward the middle of the ice, sees a gap between two defenders, and then finds a teammate for a dangerous shot on net. This is an exceptional play. Sure, he was a bit lucky that the puck bounced back to him, but still, most players his age in the SHL tend to stick to the periphery of the ice. But instead of throwing the puck around here, Carlsson showed no fear. He attacked the small gap he saw. The last two plays give us a good indication that Carlsson is an inside-driven player, who also has the tricks necessary to pull off that playstyle in the NHL. Carlsson once again rushes inside here as he steals the puck.
Johansson tar lite god tid på sig. Kan bli farligt när Abols också.
Then we get to see his passing ability. He scans the ice and sees two teammates. He fakes a pass to the first teammate to hit the second open one. Carlsson also knows how to position himself away from the puck to create good scoring chances. Here, he finds a soft spot in the coverage at the far post, but his defenseman decides to try for a shot on net. The puck rebounds to him behind the net, he misses a pass, and then barely escapes the defenseman with a turn. This second passing play was also a great idea. Carlsson can't attack the net directly here because of the defenseman standing in his way, so he makes a give and go. He passes to his teammate behind the net, forcing the defenseman to move to the other side of it, and then slips in front of the net for a return pass. The play could have been better if he planted himself at the top of the blue paint, instead of going for a drive-by. But at his age, it's probably harder for him to use his frame to hold positions like this. Carlsson could have executed the next plays a bit better, but the skills and ambition he shows as a 17-year-old are very encouraging. His team breaks out, he accelerates up ice, looks ahead of him to measure his space and openings, and seeing a seam between the two defenders, he attacks through it. There's a lot to like about this play, like his usage of crossovers to pick up speed, or the feint he pulls off here to freeze the defender and keep him wide for an extra second. It's that feint that enables him to gain a step on the defender. He almost got a breakaway out of it. But then Carlsson gets a bit too ambitious. The puck rebounds in the corner. He scans the ice for a play, but there's no real option, so he tries to take the puck around the ice, but he loses it. The veteran moves here would have been to kick the puck to his open teammate on entry, or to shoot it toward the net as he climbs up the wall here. But at this stage, it's almost better if Carlsson has the confidence to try harder plays. As he's so aware, it should be quite easy for him to make more optimal plays as he gains experience and matures. Carlsson skates at full speed at the start of this shift to catch up to the rush, which gives us another chance to break down his stride. He has good knee bend, but not as much ankle flexion. As a result, his back is a bit rounded, the strides are a bit short, and his feet kick the air before recovering under him. I don't think his quickness and speed will be large weaknesses at the peak of his NHL career, but he probably won't be able to perform multiple elusive maneuvers all that easily. This is my favorite play of Carlsson in this game. He gets the puck on the boards and once again attacks the middle of the ice with it. But it's really the way he does it that deserves attention. The puck slides to him. Now many players here would grab it with their backhand and turn toward the middle. Or they would pass it to their defenseman with their forehand. Carlsson makes a better play. He lets the puck move past him, which allows him to protect it from the opponent coming at him by turning his back to him. As he turns, he one-touches the puck toward the middle, which allows him to instantly attack there. And he also initiates a cutback that gives a bit of speed to his attack. Carlsson doesn't have the prettiest stride, but we shouldn't worry too much about his ability to play at an NHL pace. Most players would need 2 or 3 different maneuvers to take this puck from the wall to the middle of the ice. Carlsson does it in one, by stacking moves on top of each other. Carlsson gets a favorable rush in this shift. He has the space and a potential 2-on-1. He slows down to try and pass across, but that pass is not possible as his teammate is too close to the defender, so he fires. The play becomes a retrieval, and Carlsson once again shows great battle habits. The puck is right there, but he knows that if he goes straight for it, the opponent will have a chance to take it. So he makes a play on the opponent first, before getting the puck. He skates in the path of that opponent, removes his stick, and then takes control of the puck. This is just one game at the start of the season. It's far from a complete evaluation of Carlsson, but we can already see some tendencies, some obvious strengths and some weaknesses. Let's start with his strengths. Carlsson seems like a player who's very aware, who makes his moves and decisions quickly, and who can manipulate opponents. His handling skills seem quite advanced, and his passing ability too. He also showed some great habits. He approached puck battles in the right way, and he was inside driven. In terms of weaknesses, well, there's his skating. His stride has a few problems that could limit his balance and his ability to catch up and escape NHL opponents in certain situations. At times, he could have managed the puck better too. But honestly, as he seems like a very aware player and a fast processor of the game, I'm not concerned about his decision making. I like players who experiment, who are confident and test their limits. From what I've seen in this game and the few other ones that I watched, Carlsson looks like a top-end player in this draft, and he's scoring like one too. He could potentially become a top 6 player for a team down the line. But again, it's early. We will give you a much more refined evaluation of his game at the end of the season.
Leo Carlsson, Rissanen i mål!
So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. You can also check out eprinkside.com for more prospect analysis.